Welcome to the channel again. Today we're going to be discussing the matches of the Premier League of the weekend. Arsenal's failure to beat Chelsea, Liverpool's continued dominance against that game against Aston Villa, Man United's rejuvenation, beating Leicester 3-0, and City losing to Brighton 2-1. They're the main results really of the matches at the weekend. Let's start off with Man City v Brighton. Now, I watched that, and Haaland's got an early goal, but after that they were just nowhere. I think they're really missing the players like Rodri especially, and of course Kevin De Bruyne. The link play doesn't seem to be there. That's 4 matches in a row they've lost City. They've lost a lot of confidence, and with their main midfielders being out, they're just... the flow of the fluency of their play is just not there. Even when you have people like Foden and Grealish in there and other such players, obviously Gundogan and also Stones playing reasonably well all the time, it still is not having an effect on the game. They're still pretty slow compared to how they were. They're not fluent as they have been in the previous seasons. So it just proves you, once you have maybe 1 or 2 of your main players out of the playing team, you're going to be stuck really badly. You're going to be easy to attack, easy to break down, which teams are finding it now. Mind you, Brighton took Brighton mainly in the second half really to attack City's defence, and then they had 3 or 4 chances and they converted 2 of them. So fair play to them, they're very good. Welbeck, he's ageing well. I mean, he was unlucky not to score in the first half for Brighton, but they have, even with players like Mitoma, they're just very attacking, very offensive team. Each year the players leave their team and they always look very, very good. Always look like they're going to cause teams problems. Always look like they could do an upset. So fair play to them beating City 2-1 on the weekend. Really well done. Then let's move on to the next game, Liverpool v Villa. Now Villa, I actually fancied Villa to do better than this. I fancied Villa to actually take some points off Liverpool over at Anfield. It was not to be. I mean, with Slot, their defence is 10 times better than it was with Klopp. It's not obviously such offensive football, it's more tactical, more defensive. And Alexander-Arnold looks much better actually for the first time in defence in many years now, and it seems to be working. Salah gets the balls. Nunes got a goal as well, which is quite unusual. I mean, Nunes is not a great goal scorer, only 10 last year, but he's scored already a couple of goals this season, so he's starting well for him. I still think he's only scored probably about 13-14 goals this season. He's just not the Mohamed Salah or a Jota. But when you've got Mohamed Salah and players like Jota in the team, and other players like Gakpo who can add into goals, Liverpool look like very strong Premier League contenders. They look like they could actually do it this season if they carry on playing the way they're doing. Throughout the game against Villa, they were obviously playing home and they were the more offensive team. However, Villa had some chances, but they just didn't convert. Villa's actually dropped off the last 2-3 weeks. They haven't been playing as well as they did at the beginning of the season. They're not as convincing. Maybe it's to do with the European games they're playing. Maybe, who knows? But they started off very well this season and not been that convincing. So let's see how Unai Emery gets on with his team for the next few games after the international break. Then we come on to Man United v Leicester. Now, I actually fancied Leicester to cause an upset against Man United at home, because they're not a bad team. They're pretty strong. They know what they're doing, but they didn't get a look in. Man United have definitely rejuvenated under Ruud van Nistelrooy since Ten Hag left. They're scoring much better goals, playing more fluently, and it all bodes well for the new manager that's coming in. Mind you, Van Nistelrooy will be a very good assistant. He's obviously brought the best out of them. And as he is a top-class player, people like Fernandes, Rashford, Garnacho, and other such players in the Man United team probably look up to him more than they did someone like Ten Hag. But yeah, let's see how they get on. I mean, I'm quite surprised how well they're playing. in the last couple of games. They've definitely got a lot better. Mind you, they couldn't have got much worse than they were already. So let's see how that goes anyway. And then finally, good old Arsenal Chelsea. Now, Arsenal were playing well, so was Chelsea playing reasonably well. I hear a lot of Arsenal supporters online say they weren't playing that well. I beg to differ. I think Chelsea came at them at 100 miles an hour. Chelsea weren't looking to defend; they were looking to be very offensive, especially with Cole Palmer-Wright at the beginning testing Raya out in the Arsenal goal. So I don't think so. I don't think Arsenal played that badly. They weren't great. Let's be fair. Declan Rice was definitely below par. His passing wasn't on. He was on top of people. He was fouling people. Gabriel Martinelli played much better. Odegaard was in and out of the game. He had some very good touches. Obviously, one leading to Gabriel Martinelli's goal. But all in all, Arsenal was indifferent. It wasn't a bad performance, an indifferent performance. I mean, Havertz, again, he was in and out of the game. It was causing problems up front, but he only looked scoring the one time he did get the ball back in the net when his goal was cast as offside. But you can say for Jackson. Jackson for Chelsea just was not getting a look in. Wasn't good at all. Palmer was kept quiet by Partey all night. Saka on the other side was kept quiet by Karulika all night as well. So it was, in some cases, it was a stifling match. In other cases, they were really both sides were looking to attack. And then at the end, Trossard just missed putting it at the back of the net. However, I think if you look at the line, the ball, it would have been offside, so it probably wouldn't have counted even if he did manage to put it at the back.